Okay.
Okay, so you guys watched my video today?
Yes.
Yes.
Just finished watching.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What you're offering in the video is a solution to reform Wing Chun as it is today. It doesn't follow the principles of General Chi Jiguang. Then it doesn't follow the 1850s Wing Chun before the uprising. So it should be reformed because nowadays it has become something that is totally different from what is supposed to be, and it doesn't follow also the basic principles set by General Chi Jiguang. Sorry, I repeated that several times.
Yes, and what you have presented, I mean, what more can you do? I mean, you present everything, how Wing Chun should be, how Wing Chun was before the Opium War, all this stuff, and yes, and it's good. I mean, you present how Wing Chun has lost its breathing part, and yes, and it should come back again, the breathing part, and with this part which is missing, and other stuff also is missing on all the stuff with mind power or tuck your tailbone or do this and do that. It's just mysterious stuff. This is not proven scientifically, and this is very important, and everybody should know that, and everybody should try it because it works. I mean, I try it, and yes, this is scientific technology, and this is the most important part. Like General Chi Jiguang did already, all 460 years ago, and it should be. Everybody should change it, and everybody should follow that. And if people from MMA like what you say, what you have written in the book, that means a lot. That means that's true. And if MMA people want to try out what's written in the book Kung Fu 1560, that means a lot. And these are people who really understand what you're talking about and what General Chi Jiguang has said 460 years ago.
And
that's my
and may I add also that the 1960s Wing Chun is missing the body of the art, which is really important. The first four core elements. This is it means that it will not work, and in the long run it will have either it will not work or it have bad consequences on one's health as well.
The issue what I see in a technology standpoint is that first thing, any martial art has to be realistic. Okay, it has to be realistic, and it also has to be compatible. By compatible, I mean this is an iPad. And you need to communicate this iPad with a Samsung, Google tablet, and you have to communicate with the IBM, Microsoft, Windows type of computer. Now you look at Wing Chun, it doesn't have that anymore. The first, it doesn't have the reality, which is actually a cord to the past, which is the real ancestor of the traditional Chinese martial art, namely the General Chi Jiguang. And General Chi Jiguang stuff, if you look at it today's, as he said that, whatever will hit you will be whatever you don't know. So it's just like you go down there, a BJJ friend play with you, you don't know about takedown, you're standing down there, you're gonna get taken down. What didn't General Chi Jiguang tell you? 460 years ago, you have to be careful for what it is. The second is speed, which is with that whatever can hit you is whatever you don't know. You need to be speed. The third is don't tangle with the hand. You go to play with a Western boxing friend, you violate this, you're going to get struck out. You see, did the Western boxing try to block you like all the Chinese Kung Fu? Or using this internal power, try to dissolve your energy in your body? Did they do that?
Not at all. It's
So
footwork and they slip.
Yeah, so in the past 100 years, anybody go to Thailand and defeat those Thai boxer with all this thing? It never exists. And now you look into that, you say, okay, whatever General Qi Ji Guang said, if you use that criteria, which I call the Q criteria, you look at this, it's like, so why is all this Chinese Kung Fu is not following that anymore? Okay, so it means that it gets out of reality. We like it or not, it is out of reality. Okay. The second thing is it's not compatible because General Qi Ji Guang Art, it always tell you too in the criteria, K criteria, right? You always learn. This is what General Qi Ji Guang said. Okay. And now if you are trapped into your mind power, Nimlek, and all those structure, you cannot learn. Why? Because you're not compatible with people. What General Qi Ji Guang said, you have to continue to learn, to progress. Even he's a general, he's the guy who really fight everybody at that time in the Far East. Nobody can touch him, touch his army. Okay. So is it compatible? No, you keeping thinking about your structure, your everything, you lock yourself up. Okay. Now you put yourself in the corner, which is heaven know what it is anymore. And it is not compatible to learn. You cannot learn. Okay. So and then when it get to scientific, you lock your tailbone, you cannot handle your like a pivot floor muscle where everybody is doing that, and a breathing training, you don't have that. So what do you see? You see an end of it. You see an end of it.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, should I say it? Or should I keep myself shut up and then everything going down? What if you read Bruce Lee's letter to Taki, 1966, okay? You read this, 1966, May 23rd. So about a month ago, if we can go back to the future, about 60 years before, if we go back to the future, Bruce Lee like this. He wrote this. Though I am grateful for Wing Chun, the fact remains that Chun Fan is yet several steps ahead of Wing Chun system. Okay, so it tells you that in 1960s, on another straight word is Bruce Lee have obsolete Wing Chun, whatever Wing Chun he learned. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's in the writing. Okay, that's Bruce Lee writing. So if you have a technology after 60 years, you know it doesn't work, and you do not reform it or to improve it or evolve it, what do you get?
Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
And you have millions of people go through movies and everything, go following something. Bruce Lee have already obsolete it 60 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what is that indicate? That indicate is like it exactly like go back to the prior to the General Qi Ji Guang reform on the Ming army. At that time, the Chinese sword,
Yeah.
the Japanese katana can break 2 Chinese swords. And then the spear can break about 4 or 3 the Chinese spear. That is what the Japanese pirates or Japanese warrior have at that time when Qi Ji Guang faced the Japanese pirate at the beginning. So you're forced to change.
Yeah.
Now, one thing about that. Another thing about is when people start to writing books trashing on Wing Chun, Grandmaster and Wing Chun, as I mentioned it before, the Asian have no respect on Wing Chun. If you have respect on Wing Chun, you don't say that. It's for example, right? If we are friends, okay, I'm a engineer and you are engineer. And if I see something wrong with your stuff and we are friends, I will go tell you in the private.
Yeah.
Joe, you better change this. This is not proper. Okay. It's not that publish a goddamn book out there and then put it down there. That if you put the book up there, people in the future thinking that's right, that's proper, and other people thinking that's proper, then the entire Wing Chun and that grandmaster going down to the tube.
This is a destructive behavior. Yeah, nothing.
It is a destructive.
So
So if you Chinese, you talk about moral, moral. Let me tell you, the Chinese teaching of Confucius is saying that you always want to rebuild others' country if the country already broke down. Okay, it's called in Mandarin, 兴灭国. If you see some other culture already degraded, almost destroyed, you want to help them to rebuild it. That is Chinese thinking. But these people are not. And Bruce Lee, the people respect Bruce Lee this day? No. In China, they say Bruce Lee is American. Bruce Lee is just good in acting. Just a month ago. Okay, Bruce Lee is just good in acting. He's not martial. And these people don't have any clue on Bruce Lee. Okay, Bruce Lee, 1960. What do we have to face in America at that time? All this challenge, all this different style. You can BSing things in Asia probably, but when you come to America like Bruce Lee, you look at how much pressure Bruce Lee have to take.
Yeah,
You have to face the entire thing. Now you say that he's just an actor and so forth, so forth. Is that fair for him?
no, it's not fair.
There's no respect. Okay. And another thing is, when I go to Fatsan, so the historian asked me, so what do we need? Why do we need to respect on Wing Chun? In his exact word, because of you guys make a lot of movie lately to make a lot of money, or tourism, in his words, okay?
Yeah.
And so I say no. So I show him the salutation and everything. Well, if you watch the movie, what is his name? Prodigal's Son by Ga Zai.
Yeah.
Don't in that movie, Liang Yitai is a man playing woman.
Yeah.
So if you watch my other video, don't that is for that identity.
He does a salutation. Yeah.
So
Yes.
why do we have to take all this thing? Why do we have to take the no respect on our grandmaster, on Bruce Lee, on who we are, our ancestor? Why? I cannot take it. Sorry. Okay. Maybe you call me, I'm like many people say you're a crazy American. Yes, I'm a crazy American, but shouldn't anybody not supposed to pushing on people when they are weak and you have to help them?
Yeah.
Don't the education here in the West for the democratic world, you want to help people. So if all this with the ancient and the compatibility with the science, we don't bring it back, we don't have another 10 years. Like last month, I just really disappointed. Like when some martial art group in Canton making another sets for Wing Chun, using another guy who is not even the Wing Chun practitioner, make another set for Wing Chun. If you really are in China, you want to solve the problem for Wing Chun, you go talk to Xi Xiaodong, clean up with Xi Xiaodong first. So it's like your corporation, you have a problem, a customer complain. Xi Xiaodong is a customer, he complain about it. You go explain to him, you service to him, admit your issue, and solving thing, because not everybody in this world want to create problem. But now you don't. You just go add on something which is based on somebody's opinion, which is he's not even Wing Chuner. He have no idea what is a short strike is. You have no idea what is a Shaolin short strike. He have no idea what is Qi Guang is. So with this thing, how are we supposed to do? We have at least tens of thousands of Wing Chuners in the West. We have at least tens of thousands of Wing Chuners, maybe thousands of Wing Chuners have opened the school and making their living with Wing Chun. So are we going to get them all out of business?
No.
And these people are, most people are very loyal to their teacher, loyal to Wing Chun. And that's why I never blame people when they get a dogmatic, saying that, hey, my grandmaster said this is, because when they get that dogmatic, for me, let me tell you this. In one way, I know they don't understand this. On the second way, I look at that, when they get dogmatic, that means they have royalty. Right? So if we don't help each other to build this, who's going to help us? And this is history, a part of history, which is, that's why sometimes I ask the Chinese, I say, well, the Chinese say, there's the rape of Nanjing by the Japanese. When the Japanese invade the Nanjing, killing, raping, and all these things, that's why they call rape of Nanjing. So the Chinese is saying that, the Japanese government is actually change their history, on the history book and so forth, that they don't tell the rape of Nanjing as it. So for me, it's ask the Chinese. You say that the Japanese don't present things as it is. So why do you guys don't present things as it is when it comes to Wing Chun? Why not? So don't blame the Japanese if you cannot behave yourself. So in this movie, in the video I mentioned, Liang Zhan doesn't have that full thing. Well, go to Fatsan and check what Liang Zhan actually practiced. Now people today have the practice, the research. They even have their will, Liang Zhan's will. Okay. So the issue right now is, we don't want to make somebody God. Liang Zhan, of course, contribute to good things. Yip Man, of course, contribute to good thing. Otherwise, do you have this much Wing Chuners in the world? Without Yip Man, you don't. Face it. Okay? But you don't expect Yip Man to be God. You don't expect the Liang Zhan is to be God. Okay? It's like we don't expect our grandfather to be God. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, by their grandmaster in the Asia, when they wrote book talking about Yip Man and Liang Zhan, that means they have no respect on Wing Chun. So if we keeping argue about this Leong Zhan, like making Leong Zhan is the god or Yip Man is the god, that's not proper. Why? Because other people don't care. But if we pull back the history and the science and how it linked directly to the General Qi Ji Guang, which is when I pull that, I share that, people say, well, you know, how dare you are Wing Chuner, you all are scam people, how dare you use the history. So I use a quick to flat it. I say, you know, or you shut up, okay? We have a direct line. So I know if Yip Man is here today, he'll do the same thing, because like Yip Man passed away, Grandmaster Yip Man passed away in the 1972, late 1972. Before he passed away a few months ago, didn't he put that thing, asking the writer to tell the world, Wing Chun is not Wing Chun.
Yeah.
If you have a respect on him, you don't write book this way, you don't propaganda this way. I don't expect a Grandmaster Yip Man is perfect. I don't expect Leong Zhan is perfect. I don't expect me as the perfect. Anybody is perfect. Because there's a normal world. We live in an ordinary world. But we have to acknowledge people's accomplishment. Without Yip Man, you don't have Wing Chun known worldwide. Without Bruce Lee, you don't have it known worldwide. That is, nobody can take away that contributions. Am I right? And then Bruce Lee is the student of Yip Man. And Yip Man is the grand student of Leong Zhan. You have to acknowledge that. They do good thing. But when whatever there is already off technically, then have better to be restored. You don't just say, oh, well, you know, my father is so. Well, you can say your father is so, but the people outside never respect you anyway. They trash your father anyway. And just make my father is a god or whatever. People don't care, because that is not the evidence to make whoever put them down to leave it alone, because they don't know. But history, fixed history, facts, science can put no matter who in this world have to accept the truth. So here there's no the dogmatism. This is all based on study, based on the evidence. It's called professional. So I hope that in the next generations, all the Wing Chuners, Sifus are all professional. They know sports science, they know Western boxing, they know BJJ, they know Thai boxing, they know Western boxing, and they have friends. They can say, you know, this is our short strike. This is the good for jab. I can use this too. I can take down like a BJJ. And you can mutual learn. You grow that way. We face it in General Qi Ji Guang time. Short strike is just only one part of the Qi Ji Guang art. The long face, the short strike, the ground art. Wing Chun at the most is only good at uniqueness at the short strike. Wing Chun do not cover the entire ground fighting and the long fist. Face it, there's a reality. We don't want to be somebody, something more, and we don't want to be something less either. We want to be reasonable with us. And we want everybody to be reasonable. And breeding and all those things has to come back, because, and so whoever making wrong about, or like this name, like and everything, for sure, 1960s, they mean good too. Okay, with all the structure stuff, you can see they mean good, but they don't have informations. They don't know that they are actually walk into a trap. And today we know, that's why I say, I pointed out, I'm not blaming people. I just said, don't do it anymore. Okay, it's just like that, make a product. When this product have problem, we say, okay, let's stop production, go the other way. So this is this serious now for Wing Chun. For other arts, you know, it's beyond me. I don't know about it. But for Wing Chun, if we don't secure it, I really don't see how it can go more for more 10 years. I don't see. So you know, I might sound I'm crazy, like they always say. When I was in the chat room talking about the six healing sound, when I'm learning six healing sound, they say, "You American, go back to American, okay? Go back to America. Don't chat here." Yeah, they told me like that when I talk about six healing sounds. So the same thing. So for me right now, it's better that it is universal. Wing Chun is a universal art. It is equal for all race, all country, all nationality, everybody. Wing Chun, once you're a Wing Chun student, has to be everybody, treat everybody equally. And you have the technology, you give to everybody. It's like Western boxer, they all have the same technology. They all can go up. They can do it thing in the variations, but they all have the same core. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to say that. Okay, just doing the educations. That's why I like to talk only of technology and educations. Without this, I really don't know what to do. What do you guys think?
For sure, education is the most important thing when it comes to Wing Chun. It's never about who's a better fighter, who's the greatest grandmaster. This talk will lead to nowhere, and it will lead to all the political and drama things that we see nowadays. So education is a solution.
Yeah, I want to add in, if we fight internally, people is going to look at you as weak.
Yes, they will disrespect us as well. They will think, oh, all this politics and drama, these people, yeah.
So you know, for example, 1972 until now, this is 2021, is 50 years ago. Grandmaster Yip Man say that, please ask everybody so that they know that Wing Chun is not Wing Chun. Why is that until today still have all this nonsense bullshit? If you respect Yip Man or you respect Wing Chun, you don't do this. Because the elderly already tell us it is not. Why I know that, you know, like Grandmaster Yip Man, he's a gentleman, the Chinese, older Chinese gentleman. I'm not, I just straightforward, blunt. People already tell you nicely. So why are you messing around with him? Why are you messing around with Wing Chun? That's this, because we internally, we don't group together. We don't
No.
be friend with us brother and sister. So people look down on you. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's what I say. I know you technologically do this wrong, or Hendrik doing this wrong technologically, but we don't take away other people's credit for their contribution. One, everybody has to respect Yip Man, Grandmaster Yip Man, because without him, Wing Chun will not bloom this way. And of course, there's all kind of problem with Grandmaster Yip Man. Don't we all have the problem?
No one is perfect.
Yeah, but don't get into those dogmatic, and you fight each other and you blind your eyes and you say, this is my teacher, this is my lineage. And while in the same time is people from outside look down on you and they tear you apart in the name of, I'm the researcher, I'm the grandmaster. So what? So I hope that in the Europe, the same thing. And stop making something up. Now you know that we must not touching the Wing Chun core.
Yeah.
So I can share with you. Everybody know that actually those who close to me, I train in Kyokushin and still a member of Kyokushin, not active, but still, you know. Did I use a lot of Kyokushin low kick? Yes. Okay. If anybody spar with me, know that I always use Kyokushin low kick. Well, that's Kyokushin low kick. But then when I play Wing Chun, the short strike Wing Chun, I'm using Kyokushin low kick to enter it instead of using my knee to crush into your knee. Well, is that Wing Chun or Kyokushin? Well, it is Wing Chun, but I'm using Kyokushin to get in. That's Wing Chun. I am not using the Kyokushin going in low kick, multiple chain low kick, and then stand like the Kyokushin in front and exchange punch. I don't do that. If I do that, that is Kyokushin. But if I do that, I use a round kick to sweep out the leg, and then I go close, and then I go all this Keijang and everything. You know that, you know, my core, there's Wing Chun. I'm doing Wing Chun. There's nothing wrong with anybody to do that. The issue is that don't practice the Kyokushin and then say that this is Wing Chun. No, it is not. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you use BJJ? Sure. Use BJJ. But you say, what? I use this in BJJ. But then when I'm in here, my core is using Wing Chun. And our friend in BJJ can use the short strike thing for Wing Chun too.
Yeah.
Why not? It's compatible. I can use a jab and then come in close. That make thing to be alive. Make everybody win. It has to be like that.
Keep learning.
Am I right?
It should be like that. Everybody should learn from each other and not badmouth other styles and say my Wing Chun is the best and I can defeat anybody and I can learn how to defeat people within 6 months. This is just a lie, and this is just disrespectful towards other martial arts, and this is not the right way. So everybody should learn from each other and stop bad mouthing others.
Yeah. Martial arts are never about conflict as well. It's not about conflict. It's
Yes.
about resolving conflict. So people who practice martial arts and Wing Chun should get together, share knowledge, and make it something enjoyable, not something like aggressive and I'm the best. You're the. It's not constructive.
Even me, I go learn. Okay, a Western boxer say, hey, how do you do the jab? How do you do the peekaboo? If I don't learn, how can I know about? Oh yeah, this is the same with what Jenna Chichiguang said. Okay, so the issue is that the mentality and everything has to change. We don't want to stuck in those very dogmatic mentality like in Asia now on this kung fu, this. You know, the ancient Chinese is not like that. This is watching too much kung fu movie, okay?
Yeah.
And then get into the stuck thing, okay? Imagine if General Chichiguang do those stuck thing, what will happen? He will never be able to reform it. That's why I said General Chichiguang and Tang Sunzi and what? And Yi Dayu, as I wrote in the Kung Fu 1560, right? They are friends. And let me tell you even one thing. It's like in the corporate today, Yi Dayu was asked to go fight a battle. And then, of course, he's thinking that he will be promoted and so forth, giving the title, right? It turns out that after he fought the battle, he come back, he get demoted. Of course, Chichiguang don't like it. And Yi Dayu is so good that he said, no worry about it. Okay? And Chichiguang always asks for more money from the emperor to give it to his army. So with this, we know we need money. We need everybody to be able to open a school, make a lot of money, because only with money, things can progress. You have the incentive because everybody need to put food in their table. So I'm here crazy because I'm an engineer. Somehow I was put in this position that I don't take money, you know. I just say, okay, you want this, I give you free in YouTube, or this, the most is you buy the books or whatever help. But for you guys, you have to be good in Wing Chun, and then you make lots of money with your quality teaching. Only that way Wing Chun can proceed on. That's what General Chi Chi Guang do. He always asks for more money for his army. And because his army have a lot of money, and of course they know they're going to die, like in the 1560s, Kung Fu 1560 book, you know that, right? Chi Chi Guang tell them, if you don't learn it, then you're going to get killed by pilot, those things, right? So they have family too. And because they have this money, they do the hard job. That's how the thing survive. Like in Silicon Valley, people work hard because there's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. So money is not evil, but you need to give people quality product. Okay.
Professional. Yeah.
Don't look at me. I'm just some crazy guy. Okay. Just I got this. I just share it with the world. Well, because I make my money from Silicon Valley working. Okay. I'm not rich, but you know, I'm comfortable to do that. But you don't want to learn from me. Okay. And it's more fair for me to do that too. Why? Because I have no money or fame asking for that. That means whatever I present you whatever it is. Because no matter what I present, I don't get one more cents or one more fame. But when you guys go teaching, you teach good, you deserve to make the money. So that is what I see. Only this way Wing Chun have a future. Nobody will be lied, nobody will be a pretender. So you become a school, people respect your school, like you go to a gym or boxing gym, people respect for that, right?
Yeah.
You know, so you become the personal trainer and everything. It has to be in a really rational, proper way. Okay, talk to you guys later.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.